And here it is. It's all come down to this for day 3 here of the PEL Contenders.
Oh, yeah.
Sanhok is on the board. Which team will come out victorious on this third game on Sanhok here of the PEL competitive scene? We'll have the answer very soon.
I cannot wait, though. It's going to be exciting. Sanhok, as we talk about, the newest map addition to PUBG competitive. Personally, I'm loving it. It's controversial, but either way, we'll talk about it in a bit, as this is the point standings so far in PEL Phase 3. 4 angry kids, after getting the first chicken dinner of this Phase 3, find themselves in 16th place.
That is really surprising. Actually, one big surprise I'm super happy about. YMCA was in 12th position today at the start of the day, and Last Crew in 15th position. They both redeemed themselves so hard, because now YMCA is in 4th position, and Last Crew is in 6th. They're in the top 8. Really nicely done. And also, they've got great positioning. And also, some teams I'm a little bit disappointed with is Quick Math. They were in 4th position at the start of the day. Now they're in 10th. And InsideGames was in 5th, and they're 9th.
But in fairness, though, you got to recognize the fact that they are still only like 2 to 3 points away from being into the top 8. Like, realistically, LXG, who are in 11th place, they're on 56 points. Katana in 5th, they're on 70. That's only 14 points. That's like a good game. So it's something that, you know, even though they've dropped out of the top 8, right, from a points standing point of view, they're far from behind.
But here it is. Third game of Sanhok going to be kicking off. Going to be having a, once again, pretty central plane. Boot camp. Probably going to be taken over by Quick Math once again. I want to see some boot camp fights. I haven't seen one yet.
I know, right?
On these 2 first games. Third game might be the one we're looking for. Might
be indeed. It seems like it will be occupied by Quick Math, which I'm not surprised. It's where they've landed every single Sanhok game. InsideGames will go to Paradise Resort. YMCA go to Camp Alpha. Tornado Energy. There you go. Tornado Energy and Last Crew will head around Ruins/Tambang area. Of course, HeartShift now going deep down south. 3D Max going to Pi. Now, it seems like these teams have their locations really dialed in on where they like to land, and they won't go anywhere else.
Yeah, one team that actually changed their drop-in location. Normally, they would go into Ruin. That was going to be Katana. Now they're going towards Painan, and they might be clashing with 3D Max.
That's what I was kind of thinking. I was like, why aren't they dropping with Tornado Energy? But no, it seems like they're going more towards the central circle. I don't think they're going towards Painan exactly, but they've occupied the compounds by the side out road, and then it might give them just a little bit of an easier entrance into the circle. Well, talking about easier entrance into the circle, they're essentially dead central, as for once, it's a bit of a southern circle. It could be a bit of a southern island finish in Sanhok.
Yeah, and a lot of bridges that these teams are going to have to cross. One team that's the best positioning was actually 3D Max. He has Painan, and I always say it, in my opinion, Painan is the best compound in the entirety of Sanhok. Reason why? You have so many bridges going on the side of it. You actually have 2 bridges, one on the lower section, one on the higher section, and you can deny so many rotations because all of these sections around Painan, they're just downhill sections, and it's so hard to fight on the downhill section that I think that here, 3D Max, they should hold that compound for as long as possible, and they can just flush so many kills, because if it does go a little bit more down south for this next phase, they can just get so many flushes.
Yep, definitely do agree with you there. Let's see how it is going to work out. Did you see Rewop? They hold onto the north side of the circle. They're going to have a bit of a tricky entrance into the circle. They kind of have a couple of options. If I were them, leave it till kind of the last minute, even going into the blue zone, and go kind of down the southwest side. Although we'll talk about it in a bit, as LXG Fuse securing a kill onto one member of Milky Way. That's the problem with splitting up in Sanhok. You can't really split up. You can't really 4-man drop. You gotta stay together, because you will find yourself being surprise attacked and taken out just like that.
Yeah, dire situation for Mans. Unfortunately, as you said, it split is not great. I can see a few teams actually that on their dropping ground actually fixed their drop split, and especially like the likes of Katana and also Unity that normally do drop very, very split. They did fix that up a little bit. 3D Max, as I said earlier, they were in Painan and they given it over, which I don't know why. Like, Painan is such a good location.
Well, because they can actually head towards the high ground of that central circle. And yeah, Painan, I agree. It's a great location to hold on to. You can bridge camp. They could have bridge camped Katana and 4 Angry Kids and gotten a third party off. But they're playing for the late game, Max. They're playing for the overall position in this circle, because when you hold that high ground and you have the protection around you, it's going to prove worthwhile in the end. That's what they're going for, at least.
I thought for a second we might have actually a cave fight, but like cave is why no fights all the time. It's a really bad drop in location too. There's not too much there, but here it is. That's why POLLADERUC. If for one-man Luton station, that's okay, but he has to get back to his team. Kaz going to be the scout actually for Stella. Might get scouted out at some point, so POLLADERUC got to be a little bit cautious of his next move. And last crew going to be clashing actually with Ferrari Breach, losing Washout instantly. As you said, if you're split, you're going to die. Happened twice in a row on Washout and Mans.
Yeah, and like EduCoz is nowhere near the other 2 members of Ferrari Breach, which is MarcoOPz.
Oh no!
As we now see, just looking for eye zoom. It's going to be a bit of a pinch. What's he going to be able to do? Opens the door. Just kind of give an idea. His eye zoom is there. Yes, the door gets blown up. They should look to push in.
Yes.
Oh, wait. Be careful, Fuse. Be careful, Fuse. There you go. Boom goes the dynamite. All the while. See, that's what I don't like about leaving it so late to push onto one member, because while that's happening, that one member that's in that building is communicating with the rest of their team and saying, I'm in this, I'm being surrounded, you come here, you can secure a couple of kills. LXG should easily have pushed in as a 3-man team, they would have secured that frag.
3-man party for InsideGames going to be coming over the board. Yeah, now they're just going to be very cautious. Milky Way, be careful. DP right around that corner. You do have one member. Oh, inside, get actually 2. Odstrelovac and seniks. Here it is. Going to try and peek on through. Here it is. Nice headshot. Will be coming out. Milky Way eliminated in 16th position. It is Sanhok. Early game fights will be happening a lot.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Just what I love about Sanhok. Just that action kicks off pretty much straight away. YMCA across that bridge. FBI, the 2 remaining. Actually, sorry, the 3 remaining members.
Oh, no,
well, actually, no, make that 2. As hello, darkness, my old friend. You are now sleeping with the fishies.
Yeah, and not for long as he's just going to be taken out. The tick damage coming on through. YMCA, great gatekeeping section on this bridge.
Yep.
Right, Breach actually did make a few members through. That's going to be Marco in the distance, also put a little bit lower down. Last crew, they back together. They did a 2-2 split earlier. Now the phase is closing up very slowly, but surely. So last crew doing a 2-2 split in this one compound, going to be great.
See, if you can hold on to a compound by the side of the road, it's so important because Sanhok is so forestry and there's so many trees that when you see somebody by the side of the road, that's it, laser them out. So it's a really good option to get that compound by the side of the road. It's exactly what Katana have, plus they're able to bridge camp at the same time. You have Quick Math just up north to them, also kind of bridge camping / split between the 2 rivers. So now we're going to see this phase 1 closing up. What will phase 2 bring us? We're seeing Last Crew and Tornado Energy going up close to each other, as well as FBI in the distance.
So I talked about that earlier. One thing I'm really happy about is to see in the early stage Unity sticking as a unit. They might be getting closer to the likes of actually InsideGames. Yeah, exactly. I didn't even realize that one, but yeah, they're going to get closer to the team at some point. The on the end of the circle might get gatekeeped by InsideGames, but I'm pretty sure that will not happen. This fight of Last Crew and Tornado Energy is not going to result in anything major happening because it's just going to be battle of knocks. Might have a few knocks at this point. What would be a smart move is to take off your helmet and also your armor. Like they do not take any damage on those items, and you can just keep knocking and just pick in fights and get res back up. That is one strat that I see high tier players do. But here it is. We're going to go on the southern island of Sanhok, and these bridges now are going to be very scary. But look at Rewop. Going for the 3-boat split. I'm going to try and get on the west side of it.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, they could either go down the eastern side and wait till the last second, but they've gone around the western side in those boats. It's a really good idea. Sanhok doesn't have a lot of boats, even though it's obviously kind of surrounded by water, but there's just not a lot of vehicles in general in Sanhok. So when you have the opportunity with those boats and use it to get in the circle in the end, it's a great play. They're going to have to be a little bit careful of where they land because YMCA are on the coastline, and because there's not so many boats that when you see it, that's it. You're just going to be able to shoot them out. I think they might be able to pass on through all the while. The 4 members of InsideGames looking for a good end to the day. going up against Unity right now. Orange, Snoopy, Tizerin, and Quizzy walking on by, going across the field as Rewop, I told you, getting spotted out by YMCA. Fine down to about 25 health max.
Oh, hey, a few shots actually did connect on top of Fine. One bullet will be the death of him. Actually, who's going to be in the... I can't even see the logo.
It's YMCA.
YMCA?
Okay, yeah, it's YMCA, but grenade. Now another grenade. Odstrelovac.
Pixelic going to have another grenade coming on through, a little bit chucked over Orange, but it doesn't matter. It's going to get sniped on through as that M4 by... No! What is going on? InsideGames, they're super split, but just no coverage will be able to save the life of Quizzy. Here it is, a little bit more...
Oh!
Action. Odstrelovac going to be laid down. Nice. What is your point for Unity? There's 2 out of 3 members not on their side. InsideGame on the right, on his left. It was no chance for Quizzy to actually pull that one off, and that's going to be a huge fight for InsideGames.
He did secure a point, though, in fairness, taking down Odstrelovac. So that's going to be a bit of a negative on the side of InsideGames, but still a 4-kill advantage going over to InsideGames in this game so far. As they're now going to have to make their way into the circles, because that was outside the circle. They're going to have to try and look to cross the road. You have the 2 remaining members of LXG kind of camping the edge of the circle for now. You down with Katana, nice buy. Stellar, they hold on to Camp Charlie, just on the southern east side of the circle.
They got easy entry points to the next phase, I'm pretty sure, so Stellar should have a nice game. Painan, they get taken over. Once again, I said it earlier, really good compound to defend, and I think that here Katana had a really smart move to take it away from the likes of 3D Max. For Angry Kids, actually, they were trying to gatekeep, but no teams are making it through here, so that's a little bit of a waste of time for Angry Kids, but they do not know that.
No.
So that's completely fine, but nothing much will be coming out, unless they can deny rotation from Quick Math as we go back over to LXG. And they might be clashing with InsideGames as they try and make it through. Yeah, they got scouted out by NLXC. He does have that M4. Pixel, Zampeek. He's going to take the shot. Here he's looking for a proper angle, but there are a lot of trees. It just shuts down his potential shots. Here it is.
I think he's waiting for InsideGames, the 3 member. He's waiting for the last
shoot
second.
Him from the back,
he wants to shoot him from the back. Great composure coming out from NLXC when he's going to peek it. No? Okay. He's waiting. See, I don't mind that, right? Because it's not always shooting fire, because they're a 2-man team, and they've seen that InsideGames are a 3-man team. So what does that tell you? We're a man down. We have a disadvantage. Don't shoot unless you can guarantee to secure that frag.
I think they could all maybe gone for 1 knock, then just try and like peel back a little bit. But it's very central, actually, this shift.
It is.
Very good, especially for the likes of 3D Max. They can shut down so many rotations from, like, for example, 4 Angry Kids, Katana, InsideGames, LXG, if they do not fight right now. So 3D Max, great positioning.
And also HeartShift, even though they're split up in a bit of a 2-1-1 situation, they hold a nice area of this circle for themselves. mjyoh is holding that compound. You'd have the outside of Sam He is available for the likes of Stellar if they do want to enter into the circle. That way, DOS Pilots also holding a nice angle. As Quick Math, as a 4-man squad, they hold onto the north side of the circle, but they are close to 4 Angry Kids.
A lot of terrain to work with here. YMCA, another team. They got the last chicken dinner earlier, the first team to get 2 chicken dinners in one day. But DOS Pilot, they're going to be clashing with Stellar in the southern section of the circle. And the team that's going to be under the most pressure is going to be Stellar if they have to try and rotate in circle.
Look at last crew.
Oh, actually, they get scattered out by YMCA. Try and make it through. They're going to chuck a few grenades to try and actually smoke to try and make it through. But AK skills will be taken out of the picture. Flushed out by the likes of Sakura. Nicely done. 1 extra point for YMCA. That's what you're looking for. They're trying to aim for that #1 spot, aren't they?
They want to get a 3rd chicken dinner of the day, Max.
Yeah. They want to make history.
Make history. At least in PL Phase 3 anyway. In Contenders. Well, technically PL Phase 3 because the PL hasn't actually started yet.
Exactly.
So, not wrong. Technicalities, Macron. Technicalities. As now, fine. I think he's the only member. No. Rewop did lose Guess Who, so they're still 3-man strong. As Jappy gets knocked down from Melman. So last crew getting it from all angles of this circle, as they only have Rip and Muck kind of left standing. As LXG, as a 2-man team, they've gotten safely into Painan, but Fuse was knocked down.
This is the great part about Painan, as I wanted to talk about. Even though he is in the compound, he has to make it through that river to get to the safe spot, and that's where Katana are going to be coming in clutch. But right behind Katana, Hippity Hoppity is going to be 4 Angry Kids trying to take their property. But I don't think that it's going to be very important for 4 Angry Kids to really push it that far because they're in circle. Katana is not. And they can just try and hold this high ground. And Azvarin and Kamka actually I think they got scouted out by Nixtys. But he's not taking the shots right now, just trying to know where the other members of Katana are before he tries and pull that first trigger. Grenade coming on through. Didn't quite get jacked. Oh, here it is, though. Yeah. Nice shot in the distance from YMCA.
Nah, that's going to leave last crew only Muck left standing. He's in their compound. I don't think he was in any way directly spotted, so that will actually keep last crew's hopes and dreams alive of getting a chicken dinner. What is this phase 4 circle going to give to us? Is it going to go HeartShift south? It's actually quite central. So Tornado Energy holding strong. YMCA do have a decent entrance into the circle. Quick Math also not looking too bad to get in there, but that high ground occupied by Ferrari, Breach and Tornado Energy will be prime for them to get those kills if they do spot out their opponents.
Let's see, has that grenade chucked up, ready to go on top of Kamka. Wants to flush that kill. Here it is, nicely done. Kamka going to be the first casualty on Katana. 3 members remaining on their side. The circle's coming on through. But here it is, Katana, they're clashing right back. Going to put Northrest really low. Doesn't get knocked, unfortunately, but here it is. They have the low ground. I think this is a better way for them to flush away of that fight. That would be a really good call. I think I did see a smoke or grenade coming out from Azra in there, just trying to slow down the pace of this fight. But Katana is only still 3 members. And against the 4-man squad of the 4 Angry Kids, not looking too good.
LXG are eliminated in 14th place. We're hitting the 15-minute mark, and we still have 42 players left in 13 teams. Compared to the previous Sanhok games, Max, this is actually pretty passive.
It's actually really passive at a game because you have so much area to work with, and you also don't have like a lot of coastline, which we did have on the game 2 yesterday. So that's why this pace is a little bit slower overall. True. InsideGames, they had a really hard rotation earlier, but they're still doing pretty good. 3D Max, though, this compound has to be given over because the circle is going to be shifting on through. 3D Max going to be doing a 2-2 split. The front line is going to be once again composed of Phantom. Trying to take a few shots on top of Pixel. Doesn't quite connect, unfortunately, but he's going to get clapped right back. And the high ground. Oh, Pixel gets shot down, actually, by Furax. Nicely done. But they're doing now a 2-2 split. This is going to be great for Angry because I got actually RonnieKray and Northrest knocked away earlier. But the circle take damage might be enough to
They took down Katana. Again. They took down Katana. That's the reason why they're knocked down. It was a worthwhile kind of knockdown. All the while, HeartShift now looking for Stellar. That's Beamy. Now looking to knock down 1 member of HeartShift right now as last crew are eliminated in 12th place. Now the teams are starting to get closer and closer together. Beamy is one of... Actually, he's the only member of Stellar actually left standing. Stellar is going to most likely lose his life. So he's actually looking to flank around the kind of northwest side, southwest side of this circle. But he's heading right in the direction of Rewap as 4 Angry Kids get eliminated in 11th place.
Well, that grenade just jumping on the side of that building. That was nice, but unfortunately doesn't quite get Zampeek. Beamy got knocked away. Stellar in 10th position. 9 teams remaining. We're down to the 1-digit, boys and girls. And Rewap, that rotation with the boats paid off so well. And now 3D Max and InsideGames still going to go to that fight. But actually, DOS Pilot, they want to get involved. They want some of those juicy kill points.
Max, it's a 3-squad situation in the blue zone between 3D Max, DOS Pilots and InsideGames. As we do see Venom start to take control of this squad fight, taking down a couple of members of InsideGames. Will the revive come out onto the side of Noki, keeping them at the 3-man squad as the grenades start flying out in the direction of 3D Max? Not quite connecting. Let's see if a couple of other grenades can come out as the InsideGames do get eliminated. In 9th place, ctrkN getting knocked down by Solar.
Thought Zampeek could do something. Unfortunately, he's going to be taken out of the picture. It is Quick Math, man. 3-man party after 3-man party. This is like 5-man party at this point in time. Quick Math are going to try and come from the lower section of this map. Phantom did get knocked away. Only Noki going to be remaining with his other ally there. They should be just fine. But here it is in the back. There's still DOS Pilot. No room to breathe, boys and girls. Will they make it out? They do have the high ground. They do have this little building to work with. But I'm still thinking that 3D Max might be going out as Quick Math is slowly going to be trying to lurk around the corner of this building.
I wonder after this game if they will still be pleasantly surprised by Sanhok as Jupsig from Quick Math just going near the top of the hill by that tower. Trying to spot him out with that QBZ.
Rita, she's doing awesome. Unfortunately, the blue zone, here it is.
Oh no.
DOS Pilot 8. Oh, Quick Math though, they're coming in clutch once again. Gonna take 3D Max out of the picture in 7th. They just waited for the prime opportunity before getting involved fully with that fight, and now they just got that entire east section of the map. That's going to be great for Quick Math. Ensel also getting actually flushed away by Solar 3D Max earlier. Even though they did lose and get out in 7th, they got an extra point, which is great for them.
Yeah, of course. Definitely indeed. But now Quick Math looking pretty strong. They have 2 members left standing. Jupzig.
Oh no, Marco.
And Diggory.
Doesn't know.
Marco Polo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, doesn't get it. No, Diggory, be careful. He has the information now. So Marco might be clashed right back. And have this beam to work with. Diggory, oh my god, he's just going straight left. Way. Oh my god, that headshot from Marco, huge blade. But don't think he can really turn that into anything significant.
The third party came out from Tornado Energy to take down Quick Math. That's what you got to be very careful of in Sanhok. This is what part of what the players didn't like, is that there's too much 3-man partying. But you gotta keep on your toes, boys and girls. Otherwise, that is exactly what will happen. Tornado Energy still a 4-man strong team, the only team left standing with the full squad, going up against the likes of Rewop, HeartShift, YMCA, and Ferrari Breach.
Tornado Energy having a really good place to work with. They still have one of the remaining buildings. Same for YMCA, actually, so it's going to be pretty much between these 2 teams. Rewop and actually HeartShift, they're also going to try and get in circle as fast as they possibly can. EduCoz from Ferrari Breach. He's still snaking it through. Might get an upper hand on top of one member of Tornado Energy.
He's inside circle, so he doesn't have to move anywhere. Exactly. He can just wait.
And YMCA, once again, they do have the building. They do have the road, so their next rotation is going to be really, really complicated. But Tornado Energy actually scout out Mike and Nihanas from HeartShift. They don't, unfortunately, find any significant knocks.
Oh, you've been spotted, boy. You get knocked down. So Kajudi securing that frag onto one of the 2 remaining members of Rewop, as Ewong now the last man standing for his team. Going to be a bit of a standoff, a little bit of a standoff before this next phase exposed. It could go in the favor of YMCA, to be honest, Max. It could shift down south. I doubt it will, but it still could.
As you said earlier, statistics. Yeah. Statistically, I can't say that word. Statistically. Professional caster, by the way, can't even speak English properly, but here we go.
Statistically speaking, but the road is statistically speaking still inside the circle, as Tornado Energy statistically have the upper hand of fix. Yeah, no, I'm saying it too much right now. It's okay, I love you too, dude. As HeartShift now looking for a couple of shots off in the direction of Tornado Energy, because they have to go downhill to get to the circle, and that's not good for them, Max. It's really not. You never want to be going downhill on Sanhok, and now Kowo down to 20 health with those shots being fired off in the distance. So Sapula actually gets taken down by Tornado Energy.
Yeah, right now, Rewop, he won the last member. He's going to get taken out. Rewop now in 5th position. They get knocked earlier on the side of HeartShift, actually. That's going to let HeartShift, there's only 2 members remaining. It's going to be Mike and Kowo. Don't think a res will be coming on through. Oh my god, Mike taken also out of the picture. Kowo going to be solo. Just a few HP, about 5 HP remaining. And now XMPL is closing in for the kill on top of Kowo. I think he's going to have time to regen. Here it is. Grenade chucked over his shoulder.
Wow.
Top of Kowo. Will it connect? Oh, I think that bounce was so good, but unfortunately doesn't get quite around the corner. Yeah, the next one's going to be great. Does have the SLR, not great really at this range. Kowo. Alia GG on the side. That's going to be the end. Here it is. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Tornado Energy coming out on top once again.
That 4-man squad team taking control in the final moments. They kept kind of relatively quiet within reason for most of that game, but they held on to the high ground position. They stayed safe. They had that compound as well. Really nice performance from them. YMCA got taken out in 3rd place, but they were also held on very strong on the east side of this circle. And you got to say, credit is due to the likes of Dust Pilots and HeartShift. Put in some good performances.
Yeah, so many 3-man parties. Like, we got up to like, what, a 7-man party? It was a fight, and another one, and another one. So just have no break.
And that's the thing, like, the Quick Math got 3rd partied. I think it was Quick Math.
3 Max 2.
Or I forget where it was, where they were breaching the compound of where that one member of Quick Math was. I think it's LXG. There you go. And they waited too long to breach that compound for Izoom from Milky Way. My apologies. And 2 members got knocked down because they waited too long. They kind of got 3rd party by the other team. But that's what can happen as we are looking at the highlights.
Yeah, a few fights. Unfortunately, Milky Way, they they were the most split team in that early game stage. That's why they went out early. Unfortunately, don't want to do that on Sanhok split. It's not the way to go. Quizzy playing super aggressive. He got one flush, as you said earlier. He got 1 point before going down, so that's like 1 point might be the difference at the end of the day. So you've got to try and take every point you can. Chucking as many grenades in the back. There was Jab, unfortunately, again taken out of the picture by Tornado Energy. But Tornado Energy, despite being very silent that game, they kept taking shots every single time and just slowing the course of the game.
Also, it was great play by Rewap, considering that they had gone down from the coastline. A couple of their members were put under pressure from YMCA, but they survived and they kept going to get so late into that game.
That was when the three-man party bonanza just started happening. Rita, unfortunately, got taken down the blue zone, out in 8th position. Marco did such a great job there, that headshot on top of Diggory, but couldn't flush the kill, unfortunately. And that was when we started getting to the end zone. You said, fine, Rewap. They did great, but that rotation was just way too complicated. They weren't pinched between two teams at the same time. And then just Tornado Energy, they waited, and they just got involved when they needed to.
And that's what I was talking about in terms of HeartShift. They had to go downhill, and it went downhill from there for them. But still, we see the points finish from this last game of the day. Match 12 out of 32. Every single team, once again, at least getting 1 point. But Unity and Katana, as well as Last Crew, only getting 1.
I'm a little bit sad to see Unity go out so early in that game because I think they did great, personally. I think they had a really good game, but it's just at some point, once again, too many teams at one same area, they got taken out of the picture. Tornado Energy, 19 points. Not quite over the 20-point mark, but still great performance once again from this team. They're still securely in that #1 spot in the current leaderboards. YMCA, second, YMCA have been more consistent. Game 1, day 1 and 2, they were doing decent performances, a little bit bad sometimes, but today,
2 chicken dinners and the second place. All comes down to their positioning as a squad. One of the safest teams. They just know where to put themselves. Whoever is looking after their rotations and where to put them on, absolutely amazing job being done by them. But now we look at the kill leaders from that game. Example, and Jubsig, everybody's involved. Nobody really super standing out. Of course, example, getting 4 kills.
Yeah, because so many three-man parties at the end. That's why you had so many different kills picked up by different teams. And, of course, the damage going to be going over to ex-MPL from Tornado Energy because they were fighting consistently without being in really overpinched themselves. They just had the main compound that the circle shifted over to. And they just didn't have to give it up. That's why I said that's their play style. If they got a compound, they don't have to rotate. They will never move. There's no reason to.
Oh, man, I got to say, this is what we're looking at the end of the day. After 12 games played out of 32, this is your leaderboard, boys and girls. 4 Angry Kids still down in last place, followed by Ferrari, Breach, DOS Pilots. And we move on up, going into the top 8, Max. Quick math, holding on to 8th position.
69, nice.
Okay.
They're going to be in that top 8. So a big fight is happening right now is also Katana. They actually had a good performance at the end there, which I was really surprised about, and they were almost going to go out of the top 8, but they actually redeemed themselves back with 71 points now in 5th position. Last Crew still holding pretty steadily to that 6th position. A few teams I'm a little bit disappointed with, like 4 Angry Kids. They started fixing their playstyle, which I think is great. They need to try tomorrow to make it out of that last position, because otherwise that red zone we talked about where you're going to get eliminated in that last 8 position is becoming slowly starting to shift over to very dark red. Yeah,
exactly. As we do look at the schedule for tomorrow, still more PEL Phase 3 contender games for you to come. It's going to have 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th
I'm not the only one. There you go.
Analytics. Of course, no time change, 1900 CEST, that is 7 p.m. CEST time for you boys and girls. But one last thing I got to say is that Tornado Energy, we saw at the end of yesterday, they had about a 30-point lead from them in 8th place. That's increased to about 60. That is simply coming down to getting a chicken dinner when they have a chance. Yeah, they had one bad performance today, I think, where they got 1 point.
Yeah.
But they're consistent with their points outside of that. And again, they're just putting it closer to them being able to turn around and say, we've definitely made the top 8.
Tornado Energy, a big contender for this Phase 3 here in the PEL Contenders. Tomorrow, the matches are going to be 1 Erangel, double Miramar, Sanhok once again at the very end. That's going to be also the last day of Group A, and then we'll be going over to Group B in 2 days. Thank you so much for watching. My name was Maxman. I was joined with my big boy Imperium here on my left. We'll be back tomorrow for some more epic action.